How much time out of the 2 hours that you're given on the BBE entrance exam should you allocate to each part? So in 2026, the exam only takes 2 hours and you do all 3 parts in one go, meaning you can start with whichever part you'd like to. And my advice and a rule of thumb should be to dedicate half of the time that you have for the English and the economics part, and then the other half of the time for the math part. So with the 2 hours that you have, ideally you should do the English part and the economics part together in 1 hour and leave at least 1 hour for the math part, and if you can, leave even more, because you will really need it, trust me. This leaves us with around 3 minutes per task for econ in English, because there you have 20 tasks. In the economics part you usually have 10 tasks, and in the English one as well. And then for the math part you will have 30 tasks and you will have 60 minutes to do them, so it will leave with around 4 to 5 minutes for each task. And in this way you can really make sure that you have enough time for the note-taking part of the math part, because for English you can even do them a bit faster, because you don't need to make notes for example, for the vocabulary task or for the text task. You don't need as many notes as compared to, let's say, math question, right? And there also English part weighs less, so each part weighs slightly differently on the exam. For example, English one, as of all the previous years, weighs 21%, and econ one weighs 40%, and math 39%. So what people do is they prioritize the economics part because it weighs the most out of all the 3, and also you have 10 questions with 4 points each, so you can do that first and really do it nicely so you get as many points as you can there. Then you can get rid of the English part so that it doesn't distract you when you're doing the math part, and there the opportunity cost of making a mistake in the English part is less compared to making it in the math or the econ part. So if you do it a bit faster but you lose a few points here and there, it's still going to be a bit better if you have much more time for the math part compared to the English part. But of course, it's up to each person's strategy and what they prefer more. And then for the math part, you have 13 questions with 3 points each, leaving you with 39%. But those 3 points are not as easy to earn as the econ part, for example. And there you have to really write down a lot. And that's why my advice would be for the time distribution to be 1 hour English and econ and 1 hour mathematics. Of course, strategies differ. Some people like to start with the English part to get it out of the way first because they want more focus to read the text. Some people like to start with the math part first to have like a fresh brain and a fresh mindset when solving the questions, and then get to the other parts because math part they find the most challenging one, so they need more brain power, so to say, to solve it, and then move on to the easier parts for them. So yes, pick a strategy that works for you because each student is different, each student has different strengths and weaknesses, and let me know in the comments which strategy you prefer. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next videos about the entrance exam.